think it starts with we didn't have as many self-inflicted wounds. We weren't getting negatives. We weren't taking penalties early. That kind of gets you off the tempo, and now you got to get into some different formation style plays. And then the other thing, we just did a good job communicating. Guys getting set out wide, O-line snapping down. Like, it's all about just the continued buy-in of when I'm getting tired and all that, snapping down, going and playing at all positions, and it builds to our advantage. And the guys did that at a really high level, which is why we had that kind of production we did.
Patrick in Austin.
Joey, Cooper May said yesterday, he thought going into the season with the running backs you guys had that the identity could shift to being a running team like you guys had then. Did you guys, as a staff, anticipate that going into the season? Was it say that you guys are able to take a pretty high octane passing offense last season, and this season you guys are running the ball really well in the SEC?
Yeah, I think one of those things as a staff, we knew what we had in the running back room. We thought we had one of the elite running back rooms in the country. That and with being younger at wideout, moving in, like you had a chance to go lean on those guys a little bit, which is what we've done, and they've taken that opportunity and really made the most of it. So it's not like shying away or going towards more. We have a really good running back room, and those guys have played well with the ball in their hand, and it's like let's feed them. I think we said that week one when everyone was asking about the run game. It's like, man, it was hard to stop as a staff to say, like, let's start calling the throw. Like, we're running for 6-7 yards a pop. Like, that thing's keeping us rolling down the field right there. So it's been fun to watch those guys work.
How big is this, speaking from a standpoint of, getting in, getting what you need to get done, and then getting some of those younger guys, some real run, to kind of figure out what you have with those players, because the rest of the way is conference games?
Yeah, this one it was big because we need to go play the way we need to go play on offense. We need to put together a really good performance, handle our business, and like what you're saying, if other guys get the opportunity to play, that's great. But it's all about going and rolling out there with our group and putting together a product on the field that the way this offense can and should play out there. And that's our biggest focus working in on this one. So it's a huge game for us as far as that stands.
Dante Thornton, can you just talk about what comfort level you think he has playing on the outside, and specifically the long catch that he had, I think a curl when he came back, the 47-yarder.
Mm-hmm.
What did you like out of that play that he did?
Yeah, Dante, putting him outside, you could see it on tape. He was just more comfortable originally right from the snap with it. That's why he played really well out there. He had his best game of the season by far. The one that you're talking about was a scramble drill. He was running that curl, and then Joe scrambled to the left and kind of directed him back inside because he felt the dead spot. The best part about it was that was a contested catch. That kid was coming outside in on him, dove in front of him, took his vision as he was getting ready to catch it. He stuck his hands out, caught it, and then straight vertical, and you saw him start to make a big run down the field right there. So it was really good to see the competitive catch and an off-schedule situation where this isn't how we've coached it, planned it, practiced it. You just react, make a play, and then go get big yards after the catch was good to see.
Caleb and Rick.
Coach, it felt like Joe had his best game of the season on Saturday. What made him so effective against Kentucky?
I think it's just been the growth throughout the season, like from one week to the next, continuing to push in his preparation, to push in his development. And I keep saying it, there's no substitute for live reps. The more and more you get, the better you play, the more comfortable you feel. And it's been fun watching him continue to grow and keep diving into how he's prepping for everything. He did play, one of his best games of the season. I think it was you're running the ball well. We're doing what we need to control the box. He's making the right decisions out wide, and that's why we're putting together a bunch of good drives on that one.
Coach, you got to touched on it. What's the message to the guys this week about not looking ahead to the next SEC opponent?
Yeah, if you watch college football, you do that one time, you're going to put yourself in a situation to have a really bad weekend. Everybody's good. I don't care what anybody's record says. These guys have a bunch of one-possession ball games. That's the fact of what it is. You better show up and you better play. And we're at the point now where we're trying to make a push down this stretch here. So every game matters as far as how are we still building. We need to, Coach Hype preaches it every day, you have to still be getting better this time of year. So if you're still getting better this time of year, it doesn't matter who's standing across the ball from you. You're going out with your own mindset to, I'm going to go take this one. So that's a huge weekend for us as far as taking that next step forward.
Casey and Austin.
During fall camp, I remember John Campbell being so excited to just get going and to make an impact on the offensive line. How have you kind of seen that play out that's allowed him to be successful this season?
Yeah, John's got great energy. He has it Tuesday through Saturday, too, as you're working through it. It's not just a game day thing for him. He preps really well. He practices really hard. He plays through injury. he's banged up. He comes out of the game on Saturday night. Series later, he's right back in the thing, and he's a big part of that drive going down for that touchdown that's clinched it up for us at the end. So he's just been fun to work with. Like, he's been a huge attribute, not just on the field, but in our locker room and our weight room. Like, that's the type of guy you want in your program.
First half at Bama, whole game Kentucky, Joe seemed like he has the most efficient play of late.
Mm-hmm.
Do you equate that to you all are running him a little bit more? Because I know Joe could get a little amped up, and then the arm obviously is very lively as it is. I mean, it feels like he just has been more accurate the last couple of games. You feel like running him more has calmed him down when it comes to overall game?
I do think it helps him settle into the game. Absolutely. He said that himself. He likes to get a couple carries early and kind of feel like he's in the flow of the game. So, yeah, that absolutely has factored into it. And then the other part is just like I'm saying, like he's seeing defenses really well right now. He's doing a really good job with his eyes. Starts with your eyes. Now you can get your feet in the right position. Now you can throw the ball accurately and on time. And that's what you've seen the last 2 weeks. But I would completely agree that him getting some carries, some runs, some contact early in the game is good for him.
Brent and Rob.
With Dante being more comfortable outside, where are you at the slot spot behind Squirrel? Would he automatically slide in, or is there another option behind Squirrel and slot right now?
Yeah, we got a bunch of guys that have played. The unfortunate part was we had some guys injured, so we've had to move people around. The positive is we had a lot of guys that have played there. Chaz has played live snaps in the slot as well. He was playing there against South Carolina. Dante can always kick in. So there's a bunch of different bodies we can move all over the place and get the right group on the field to go let us be successful.
Coach, you guys on the offensive line have had guys in and out all year long, even during the game on Saturday night. What does it say about, I guess, your system, your personnel, that you guys are leading the SEC in rushing despite kind of that revolving door you have up front?
Yeah, Coach Ellerby does a great job preparing these guys to play. We get a good plan in place, and the guys do a good job of dialing in and executing that plan. They do a really good job communicating up front, especially with the tempo, and getting us all on the same page. And that's why we're able to keep hitting these big plays in the running game. But the fact that it's been guy after guy rolling through there, and there hasn't really been a step down when someone else has had to step in, it really goes to how well Coach Ellerby prepares those guys. One, in the offseason, but two, in just a regular game week for the actual game plan of how everything's being blocked versus looks, and they go out and they execute at a really high level.
All right. Thank you, Coach.